Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to whoever's that watching this video. So the first thing is that I do not expect to be nominated even for this industrial award, and secondly, I never thought of even winning it in the first place. So yeah, my name is Muhammad Hanif Radzuan, and the project that I did is that I automated the process of requirement elicitation, also the process of requirement classification. I use NLP, I use speech recognition, so on and so forth. I built it on a web application, and I will demonstrate the system after this. But before that, there are a few stuff that I want to talk about, and everything that I will talk after this is 100% unscripted, and it comes from my opinion and what I think of it. Okay, so first thing first, what does it mean by industrialization of a system? Industry, in the first place, is actually making something small, and you put a lot of people on it, you put a lot of money on it, you put a lot of technology on it, and you make it big. That is what is the definition of industrialization. So when it comes to my system is in the domain of software engineering. And if you want to converge that even more, it is in the dominion of requirement engineering. What I do was that I automated the process of requirement elicitation. If you do not know what is that, it is about when you are conversing with people, brainstorming, doing observation to gather requirements before the development of your system. So I automated the process. I mean, not everything that has anything to do with it, just maybe I use the conversational technique and automate the process. And secondly, I use the classification to classify the requirements, which is under the requirement classification process. So I think that resolve and what you want to know about my system. So when it comes to industrialization of my system, I think people do not really understand that you can actually automate a lot of the software engineering processes. And when my very baby system was automated, I think that when you advance that, when you increase the exponentiality of the smallness of my system and join it with other part of software engineering, you can make the automation process bigger, you can make it better, and you could also see a lot of change in the software engineering phases, right? I mean, imagine if you can automate the process of software requirement specification, verification, and validation. Imagine all of that automated, and you industrialize that, especially in this country, you can see a lot of changes. I mean, everything will be fast because, I mean, back then people always think that you have to automate the process of technologies, software, but they never thought of automating the process of software engineering. I mean, yes, you need experts in that, you need human minds in that, but when you develop something and you automate it, you can actually see a lot of advantage being used when you compared to if you were to use it manually, right? So I think without further ado and without a lot of talking, I will just demonstrate my system, and I'll talk to you after that. The software demonstration. So for the first thing that I would do is that I would actually try the speech to text tools first, and we will carry on with the classification of the requirements. So the first thing, as you can see here, I can click on the start recognition button, and the browser would actually want the permission to use the microphone. So click allow here. And after this, I'm gonna speak one of the functional requirement, and we can check whether it is true the classifier can classify the requirement text or not. System must allow the users to have 2 different accounts. Okay, as we can see here, we have the speech to text conversion done successfully, and the conversion is also 100% correct. So after this, we can see we are gonna go with the classify requirements. If you do not know what the pause recognition does, is that it pauses the speech to text transcribing process, so that when I was talking here, it do not automatically transcribe, right? So as for the classify requirements, we can see after this. Okay, so you can see here we have the tag name functional, so it means that the classification process is successful, and the confidence is around 0.98, which is very accurate. So we will carry on with the non-functional requirements. System should be easy to use. Okay, so we can see here this is for the non-functional testing. The requirement text is system should be easy to use, so let's classify these requirements. Okay, as we can see here, this the tag name is called non-functional, so it is actually correct also, and the confidence is around, which is around 1.0, which is 100% accurate. So thank you. So welcome back. As a conclusion, I think my very informal take on this industrial award video is that probably I think industrialization in Malaysia is going on the right path. We are going on the IR 4.0 advancement and stuff like that. So I think maybe with more graduates in this computer engineering courses will bring something new to the industry in this country, right? I mean, me myself would love to do something for this country, especially when it comes in my own project, which is in the software engineering domain. That would be really good. So I think thank you for actually watching my video, and that's all, and have a nice day.